Hey guys, Luke here. Welcome to the Round 3 weekly wrap-up of the NRL 2019 NRL season. Now, I gotta say, it's been a pretty good week of NRL tipping for me. I didn't think I'd be saying that after the first few games, that's for sure. But I just want to say for the people who doubted me, I told you so. I told you the Bulldogs would win. Granted, I did tell you the Warriors would win easy. But, yeah, don't trust my tips. But overall, surprisingly not a bad week in tipping. Also went pretty well in Supercoach. I think I got like 1,100 and something, if only Brain Burns didn't get hurt. Anyways, enough bragging. Well, at least until the Bulldogs game. But let's get into the wrap-up. So on Thursday night, we saw the Broncos get defeated by the St. George Illawarra Dragons. Now, that's one that I didn't think would ever happen. I thought the Broncos, with how good they were last week, I thought it was a sure thing. I thought if you were going to ask me, out of all the games that were being played, if you Luke, what is a sure thing? I'd say maybe not them, but they would at least be my second option. Like, I thought the Broncos, they were going to get this one easy. In front of Suncorp, Dragons missing some players. What a shame about Gareth Widdop, though. Absolute, just disaster for the Dragons, really. Played their best game of the season by far. Their sort of spine finally looks settled for once. They weren't swapping and changing the bench, and then Widdop goes down, dislocates his shoulder. And he wasn't even playing fullback when it happened, but he kind of stepped in at fullback because Corey Norman ended up playing a bit of fullback. So, yeah, I don't know. Corey Norman, I guess, will end up back in the halves. I'm assuming Duffy at fullback, but Lomax played a little bit there because he was on the bench, but yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with the Broncos, man. One week they're hot, one week they're cold. That's what it seems to be happening. It kind of seems to be what's been happening with the Broncos for a long time, to be honest. I think it's just a team that they've assembled. I mean, when your halves are Nick Karima and Milford, they're very hot and cold, so it kind of just reflects on the rest of the team. Also, I've got to say, Darius Boyd, he's got to stop taking the dummy every time. If you're up against Darius Boyd, just throw a dummy. He's going to take it. You're going to score guaranteed. But yeah, it's a bit of an upset. Would have been upset of the round, but there were a few more later on. But yeah, nonetheless, a great upset by the Dragons. On to Friday night, we had the Raiders taking on the Knights. Now, I thought the Knights were going to get the win. In my preview, I talked about it being a close game, and it was a very close game. However, the Knights got dusted. Raiders came up the victors. The Raiders, they looked pretty good. Sam Williams at halfback was much, much better than Aiden Caesar. Aiden Caesar, he can go to reserve grade or something. Don't really rate Aiden Caesar anymore. Used to be good a few years ago, but yeah, Sam Williams in that side, he just fits so much better. Josh Hodgson can take the reins and guide them around. Like, they can literally have anybody playing the halves and they'll be okay, I reckon. Jack Whiten, kicking game shocking, was absolutely shithouse, but his defense is outstanding. At least, you know, you're going to get a good defender with Whiten. Might not do much else, but he's not going to miss tackles, which is very important for halves, which is something they've kind of lacked with Austin there in the few years previously. But yeah, the Raiders, they look pretty good, but I think that game was more telling for the Knights with just how shit they looked. I know Connor Watson didn't play, but I mean, the Callum Ponga's fullback experiment, it's got to end. It just has to. He's not working at 5'8". He's not touching the ball enough, and he's just not being effective at all. He's doing a lot of tackling. I think teams, you know, are lighting up as soon as they see him in the front line. So, yeah, they've got to move Ponga there for the good of the team. But yeah, Raiders are very good at Canberra. The second game on Friday night saw the Eels be defeated by the Sydney Roosters. I thought it was a pretty good performance by the Roosters. Once again, Cooper Cronk didn't play. So the Roosters are getting the job done without their star players, which is a good sign for them. They just have so much depth, it's ridiculous. Latrell Mitchell played at 5'8" again. He was okay. I thought the thing coming out of this game was how good the Eels actually were. I've got to say that Sivo, what a gun he is. And then they have Blake Ferguson on the other wing, and what a player he is. We all know how good he is. I was saying how he's probably the form player of the comp at the moment, and I stand by that. Outstanding once again against his old team. But overall, Roosters just had that little bit extra class. It's no shame in losing to the Roosters, and I thought the Eels did brilliant. On to Saturday night. Now, I did not see this coming. Not at all. Manly Sea Eagles absolutely flogged the New Zealand Warriors in Christchurch. I thought with how the Warriors played in their first game in New Zealand, just after the Christchurch tragedy happened, I thought 100% they were going to whip Manly's ass. But Tom Trbojevic comes back into the side and Manly hits some form. What a coincidence, as if Tom Trbojevic is actually a good player or something. But yeah, Manly, they looked outstanding. Absolutely destroyed the Warriors. The Warriors are just lots of errors. It's kind of the same old Warriors, except this time they don't have Sean Johnson to blame it all on. So, I don't know. I don't know what's the solution for the Warriors. I guess they're just going to be a team that's hot and cold. That, yes, they can have a game where they absolutely dominate, but a lot of the times, they're probably not going to be in it. They're just, I don't know, maybe it's an attitude problem. Maybe it's, I don't know. I don't really know what's the go for the Warriors. But Manly, they looked outstanding. And, yeah, for a team who I thought was so shit, like on paper, they did quite well. And I guess it's all down to Tom Trbojevic, I guess. On to the second game of Saturday night. Now, I've got to admit, I didn't actually see this game, but I'm just going to go based off the scoreline. It looked like a dominant Sharks performance. I mean, they scored, what, like 40 points or something? And when you score that many points, you know you've had a good game. Based off certification, that looked like Sean Johnson had a pretty good game. Looked like I guess their spine's gelling well. They have like a lot of new faces. Now, I know Moylan played there last year, but he's moving back to fullback. Sean Johnson's come in, so new half. So their spine is quite different. No Sekiyara off the bench as well. Apparently the Brayleys were alright. I don't know. Just being the Cowboys are no slouches, but I always thought that the Sharks would get the job done, and that's exactly what they did. On to the last game on Super Saturday. Now, I saw parts of this game. I was at the pub. I was kind of watching it, kind of not. But from what I saw, it was just another clinical performance by the Storm. I think they're definitely the form team of the comp so far, which is a little bit shocking to me. It sounds stupid to say that in hindsight, but I mean, I thought the Storm were going to drop down a bit, but instead, they look way better than they did last year. I'm not sure how it's possible, but it just is. It's just a fact. The Storm look outstanding so far, and yeah, just another performance. Penrith, on the other hand, they look shocking. Edwards was not good. I'm not sure what to go with them. I know I've talked about in previous weeks how I don't really understand the hype for the Panthers, but I thought they'd be a lot better than what they're going. But yeah, I mean, Storm, I wasn't expecting them to beat the Storm, but maybe a bit more of a fight. But hey, Storm are a great team. No shaming losing to them. On to Sunday, my favourite day. Why? Because the Bulldogs destroyed the West Tigers. What a game. What a performance by the Bulldogs. I predicted it. A lot of people said I was crazy. Down the pub was telling my mates, yeah, Bulldogs are going to win. Oh, no way, no way. Robbie Farah's going to destroy. It didn't happen. In all fairness, though, Tigers, they were absolutely shit house. Throughout the week leading up to the game, a lot of the talk going around the game was that Moses Mbye, he's still getting paid by the Bulldogs, $150,000 a year. Oh my God, the Bulldogs are playing Mbye to play against them. Very obvious with how he played. Like 5-6 areas, he couldn't catch a bomb to save his life. Meanwhile, we had Nick Meaney making our club debut. He absolutely killed it. Ockenbar was good. It was pretty much the lineup that Bulldogs fans wanted from the start of the season. Why Dean Pay didn't go with this side from the start. But hey, I'll take a win against top of the table Tigers. Wow, sounds weird saying that. Now to the last game of the round, the South Sydney Rabbitohs taking on the Gold Coast Titans. I think this game kind of went how everyone expected. The Rabbitohs got out to a pretty early lead, and then to be honest, I almost made it first sight. But from the looks of things, Titans had a bit of fight. They sort of stayed in the game for little parts of it. I saw Braden Burns picked up an injury. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but when I saw it, it was going off in the Medicab, so didn't look too good. Ruined my super coach, but hey, unlucky to the kid, but he was looking very good. But Inglis didn't play, so I guess Inglis would just slot straight back on to that side, literally come in for Braden Burns. So I guess they don't lose that much, but yeah, it's just disappointing for the kid. But the Titans, I'm not sure what's to go with the Titans. Their halves just very uninspiring in my opinion. But that's what's going to happen when you have your second string halves. And yeah, some of the players they got on their side, you know, they really shouldn't be playing first grade. But that's just what they've got to do. They don't have the depth this year, which is a lot of Titans fans thought they did going into this season. So I guess it's disappointing for them. But it's very obvious that their team just isn't very good, to be honest. But yeah, Rabbitohs 3-3, very good start to the season. I'd say between them and the Storm, easily the best team so far. Anyway, guys, that was just a quick round-up for round 3 of the NRL season. Leave it in the comment section below. How did you go in your tipping? Also, while you're at it, make sure you go ahead and leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Also, go and give me a follow on Twitter and Instagram. It's on the screen right now. Mr. Luke on YT. My Facebook page is in the description below. I've been posting on that a fair bit more. Looking to get more into Facebook. And add me on Snapchat as well, Mr. Luke on YT. So yeah, guys, I've talked about everything. That's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.